A very good evening to you and welcome. It's Tuesday, 16th July 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, pro-Fubara lawmakers oppose decision by Amehule-led lawmakers to stop Rivers State government spending. Lawyer insists on legitimacy of Rivers local government caretaker committees. President Tinubu orders Chief of Defense Staff to stop oil theft in Niger Delta. Local vigilante arrests suspected kidnappers in Omagwa, Rivers State. On the foreign scene, one killed as protesters demand resignation of Kenyan president. I am Constance Mega. The news continues after this short break.
It's all talk and more talk on Nigerian's #1 talk station.
Welcome back. The Victor Oko-Jumbo-led Rivers State House of Assembly has asked the general public to disregard the directive by the Martin Amehule-led faction barring the state governor from spending public funds. The lawmakers took the decision during their sitting today. Well, the Speaker, Mr. Oko-Jumbo, said the decision of Mr. Amehule and 24 others were unfounded and invalid. He insisted that the lawmakers loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara are the legitimate House of Assembly and have been carrying out their duties.
State House of Assembly, which is the legitimate house under the leadership of Right Honorable Victor Oko-Jumbo, is the only one recognized by law and the River State government, and thus has been receiving all statutory allocations due to the River State House of Assembly and has been discharging its financial obligations by paying the salaries of the recognized honorable members of the House, their aides and allowances of the public servants in the River State House of Assembly.
Well, Mr. Oko-Jumbo also called on INEC to begin preparations to fill the vacant positions of the defected lawmakers.
This House awaits to receive from His Excellency the presentation of the medium-term expenditure framework for the next 3 financial years, pursuant to Section 10 of the River State Fiscal Responsibility Law. The general public is therefore called upon to disregard and ignore those misguided former members. I once again call on the Independent National Electoral Commission to expedite preparations towards the conduct of by-elections.
Well, Mr. Oko-Jumbo said the decision of the House has been communicated to the Accountant General and Auditor General of Rivers State, the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Chairman of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Accountant General of the Federation, Group Managing Director and CEO, Zenith Bank PLC, and Managing Director and CEO of Access Bank Group, among others. Well, recall that yesterday, the Martin Amehule-led lawmakers declared a shutdown of expenditures of Governor Fubara until he presents his 2024 appropriation bill before them. Meanwhile, a bill for the creation of the Rivers State Vocational and Technical Training Institute, proposed by the Deputy Speaker, Adolphus Orubi-Nimega, passed its first reading. But the bill aims to provide Rivers youths, including women, with industry-based skills to become self-reliant or employable. The Deputy Speaker also proposed a motion to prohibit public defecation. Now, the House also received a petition from the Ataba community in Andoni local government area regarding a land dispute with Boni community. Well, the Speaker referred the petition to the Committee on Public Complaints led by Goodboy Sukari. In another development, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, T. Williams, says local government caretaker committees in Rivers State are not illegal, despite the Supreme Court ruling granting local governments financial autonomy. But Mr. Williams said this while speaking on Nigerian for FM's Hard Facts, when he said the CTCs remain legitimate until local government chairmen are elected.
Government should try to, at least, if they cannot totally rehabilitate the road, they should.
But if the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation have said that is not the judgment of the Supreme Court, he may be reacting to some questions. So this judgment of the Supreme Court, to my thinking, there should be a window period for this local government to regularize things, either by way of furnishing their account and all of that. Because you can't say a judgment just came now, then you will stop the allocation of the local government allocation. But how would the staffs of the local government get their salary?
Well, the lawyer faulted the pronouncement of the Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, that the implementation of the Supreme Court ruling takes immediate effect. Moving on, 3 suspected kidnappers have been arrested and 2 vehicles recovered from them in Omagwa community, Ikwere local government area of Rivers State. Now, the Chief Security Officer of Ikwere, Dixon Mwomahom, said they were arrested by members of local vigilante OSPAC. Mr. Hun told correspondent Emeko Tuka that the suspects have been handed over to the Elekahia Police Division in Port Harcourt City local government area for proper investigation. Now, he said the suspect carried out a kidnapping in Obiakbo Council and came to hide in Omagwa community.
We apprehend kidnappers at Omagwa community. 3 of them. We recover 2 vehicles from their hands, 1 Corolla and 1 Highlander. Then don't be kidnapping at Obiakbo. Go to Ikwere local government where they park the vehicles at Omagwa. They release one. The Highlander now, we don't see the guy, we don't know the owner. But the vehicle is a stolen one. They have dragged the vehicle on the way. I have arrested them, then hand over to Omagwa division. 3 policemen were threatened them through coordinates. Then I now interface with them. They now told me what happened. And I mobilized my men. We start searching for them. We now saw the vehicle. From the vehicle, we catch one. From there, we later catch 2. We did not see gun, but they have confessed.
Well, recall that last week, gunmen killed an OSPAC member identified as Prince Nyengwe in Iguruta community as he was responding to a distress call of kidnapping. While the police are yet to speak on this. Elsewhere, a man, Lolo Dokubo, is alleging that some youths from the Bakana community are behind the killing of his elder brother, a 47-year-old boat driver who was killed last Saturday along the Bakana waterways in the local government area of Rivers State. Well, he dismissed claims that his late brother, Owe Ibolo, was killed by suspected pirates. But Mr. Lolo said his brother's body was found at the Bakana Sandfield around 4 p.m. yesterday and has since been deposited in the mortuary. He urged the community to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to justice.
There are 4 boys came out from the Bakana community with rifle. They began to shoot. They did not use anything speedboat. They come out from inside the community to the waterside, enter the boat, drive away with the sea. Yesterday, about 4 p.m. in the evening, call came. The passengers boat that driving at Bakana to Port. One of the drivers called that they saw dead body at Bakana Sandfield. So we should go and check by that 4 p.m. yesterday. So we went there to check with our brother. What we want is let justice be done.
Recall that the killing of the boat driver led to a protest by members of the Bakana Boat Union who blocked the Bakana waterways, and they called on the police to increase security surveillance on the waterways. Away from that now, some motorists operating along the Rumokoro-Iguruta axis of Ikwere Road in Port Harcourt metropolis have expressed worry over the increasing number of potholes. They told our correspondents that if the road is not repaired, it may cause accidents on the road. The motorists, while urging the government to rehabilitate the road, also said they now frequent mechanic workshops due to the effect on their vehicles.
Government should try to, at least, if they cannot totally rehabilitate the road, they should see how to close up the potholes for easy transportation.
If pothole too much for road, it could affect the vehicle, because any vehicle where they enter pothole from time to time, either the tire go get issue or the bolt joint go get issue. And to replace all this for motor hard this time around.
All these potholes, then they need to find way to fill up so motor will pass. Because of all this, our people, the way they sell market, no motor no go fit, but they go jam.
Potholes full for this road. Market women full for main road. They know they agree enter inside market. So motor fit enter that pothole, mistakenly go jam them. Put the pothole, put them in order.
It affects us, we be drivers. So make government just help us and come and patch the roads so that we can be able to pass motor freely.
Still to come, President Tinubu orders Chief of Defense Staff to stop oil theft in Niger Delta. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of the news. The River State Waste Management Agency, RIWAMA, has charged estate managers in Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas of River State to stop patronizing cart pushers and rather support the agency's efforts to maintain Garden City status. While speaking during an interactive session, the acting sole administrator of RIWAMA, Prince Ohia, asked them to prevent indiscriminate waste disposal. He also said that estate managers are now required to hire private service providers for cleaning and ensuring proper waste evacuation in their estates.
Of what good is this to us when we know that the law states that the polluter of an environment should be the payer? When we know that the law enables us to arrest and prosecute whoever that is not handling his or her waste properly. When we know that the same waste that was not handled properly comes back as diseases and sicknesses to us. When we know that this waste defaces the ecstasy of the state and its glory of Garden City status.
Here, vandalism in the Niger Delta region within protest possible time. Mr. Kyari said this today at the Defense Headquarters in Abuja following a meeting of all security and intelligence agency heads convened by the Chief of Defense Staff. The NNPCL boss said that achieving the desired economic stability would be impossible without curbing oil theft and other crimes in the Niger Delta region.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
One person has been shot dead after anti-government protesters in Kenya returned to the streets, stepping up demands for President William Ruto to resign. This is despite his recent concessions. The victim was shot dead during a confrontation between the protesters and security forces on the outskirts of the capital, Nairobi. Well, in central Nairobi, reports have it that shops have been closed as police fired tear gas to disperse hundreds of demonstrators. As you may know, the protests began last month against an unpopular tax bill, which has since been withdrawn by the president. Well, that's the news this evening, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. You heard that pro-Fubara lawmakers have opposed the decision by the Amehule-led lawmakers to stop River State government spending. A lawyer, J.C. Williams, says the caretaker committees in River State remain legal despite the Supreme Court ruling. And the local vigilante in Omagwa, Ikore local government area of River State, have arrested 3 suspected kidnappers. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the Chief of Defense Staff to stop oil theft in the Niger Delta. On the foreign scene, you heard that one person has been killed as protesters are demanding the resignation of Kenyan President William Ruto. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.